Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing some R-Class racing and I'm on Alps Festival Reverse and I'm using the Nismo GTR. So there's quite a bit of lag in this. My internet wasn't up to scratch, but it wasn't really like game destroying. That Aston gets on the brakes at a point where it really should be on accelerator, so I went up the back of him. But yeah, so the lag was a bit of guys hopping around rather than just completely ruining my race. Although this Aston seems to be lagging more than others, and I think he's kind of like lagged behind me. So we've got quite a big incident going on here. That Aston has done a beautiful pirouette 360 and has ended up in the wall, and I've ended up backwards. Now that Radical was the one who caused that. I went and studied the footage to see what exactly happened. He turned straight into the Ferrari 312P that we're going to see later on, and yeah, he kind of just ruined his race. So I'm into 10th place now, and here's what we're going to see is if we can win from here. We at the moment are about 1500 feet behind after half a lap, but if there's any track I'm going to do it on, it is Alps, and this is one of those corners where a lot of cars don't realize the braking point is wrong there. You got to brake on the yellow, you can't brake on the red, otherwise you're going to go into the wall. So I'm going to make up 2 places through that turn, and now going up the hill we've got another incident seemingly caused by the Radical again, but it looks like the Radical's come off second best after causing that. So I'm up into 7th place, already made up 3 places, and now the Aston's been shunted into the tyre wall and make that 4 places. So coming to the end of lap 1, we're closing in on this BMW in front of me and the 312P that I mentioned earlier, who got slammed to cause that massive crash. So coming across the line, I'm right behind them, within 25 feet of the BMW. I was going to go into the slipstream and look on the inside, but I just didn't have the time to get past in the slipstream, so I'm going to run a bit wide just because I thought he was going to go around the outside of the 312, but turns out he didn't. So I ended up losing quite a bit of ground there, but at least I didn't get involved in a crash, so my chances are still alive. So the 312 and the BMW are going to be battling, so that's going to help me out quite nicely. And now we've got another 2 that they have collected in front of them, and that is a Lamborghini Gallardo and an M8B, who is going to go to the end of the race with the M8B, that is. So the Lambo seems pretty slow on the straights compared to me and the BMW. And they have both gotten the braking point wrong, so that hands me another 2 places, up into 4th place now. And a lot of guys also try and take this long right hander, they try and take it very tight, but you've got to take it wide so you can carry more speed, up the hill. So there's a little tip for anyone who's racing this track. So you can kind of gain on guys if you know how to take that corner. You can gain on them all the way up the hill until you've got to at least lift, which is this part. So we are into 3rd. We're going to hopefully get past the 312 pretty soon, but we're going to take a wide line here and hopefully get a bit more speed on the exit of the turn. As here I thought he had gotten on the brakes, but actually it was lag, like literally the worst moment I could have a lag spike, because the BMW did well to avoid me as a result of that. So I thought he was going to go up the back of me and I was going to cause an incident because I was just braking to try and avoid something that wasn't really happening. So yeah, I'm down into 5th place now. I've got about 50 feet to catch up on the BMW, but we have halved the lead of the leader. He's got 800 feet on me right now, so that's a pretty good sign. And when you see what car he is in, you'd be pretty surprised that he was in the lead for as long as he was. So now he's only 400 feet ahead. The lead has changed hands, so I don't know what's happened there or how that has happened so quickly. So a little bit of an extend there. I was kind of following the line everyone else was taking, so I wasn't gaining an unfair advantage. And now the 312 has gone into the wall somehow, I don't know why. And yet again, guys don't know that the braking point there is wrong, so I've gained another place, kind of just handed to me. And now I'm going to get the line wrong for this long right hander, but I'm still going to be gaining on the Veneno. That's right, so Veneno was leading for 2.5 laps on Alps, which is quite surprising. And now the M8B is kind of pulling out a bit of a lead ahead of him, so I need to get past this Veneno as quickly as possible, because the longer I'm held behind him, the bigger the lead the M8B is going to get. So the Veneno has gone in the wall, and I'm going to get on the inside and take second place, and hope this time I don't get a bit of a lag spike at the wrong moment. So coming to start the final lap, we have got about 320 feet to collect or to catch up on the M8B, and the M8B, as you guys know, is just like the most OP car in the game. It's completely just dominates pretty much anywhere that it wants to, really. So the lead is about 350 feet now after the first turn. He's got definitely a better acceleration than the M8B. As we know, that thing just accelerates like a bit of a field mouse. So I've really got to put the hammer down. It is hammer time now, and now we've got to just put the hammer down and try and catch him as much as we can. So going through this little complex of corners, we have taken about 150 or probably about 120 feet off his lead. So it's only down to about 220 feet at the moment, and now if we can get this section right and he gets it wrong, as everyone else has been doing in this lobby, we're going to make up a lot of time. So already just through that turn I've made up 100 feet, and now through this long right-hander I'm going to get right behind him, and we're within 100 feet of him now. So we've got 3 turns to go. Can I get this win? That would be an amazing comeback if I could do that from being involved in that massive pile-up in the beginning to taking the win. So yeah, 60 feet behind at the moment, make that 30, and we've got 2 turns to go. So he's taken a bit of a wide line. I've gotten on the curb, so not ideal for both of us, but he's made a very smart decision and gotten on the inside line. So briefly I'm in the lead after braking a bit later, but I am on the outside, so it's just going to come down to if I can get my power down soon enough, which it turns out I can't. So I'm going to lose by 1/10 of a second after being involved in that crash. So that was a pretty good race, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.